The worst part about the Miami Heat being in the finals? It's all those video bombs the mothership keeps on showing. It wouldn't bother me, but now my crew's starting to pull that garbage. The story broke last week of transgender MMA champion Bobby Christina. And Fritzy, you reached out, you were able to find this person. How difficult was that? Seton, we went to Twitter, and Tantric605 mentioned that he saw you out at the Renaissance Festival. Things got a little serious in the second hour. Ow! Move the dynamite! Ow! Ow! Who cleans a tree? What are you doing? Who cleans a tree? Fritzy, you wore flip-flops today. It was revealed you have six toes on.
Brock, what's going on behind you there?
Jesus H. Christ! It's a chicken! He's in a suit! I'm gonna go ram my mom in her face! Somebody score starts!
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer. My motto is simple: C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Collins for box score. Hello and welcome to the Box Score. I'm Brock in Los Angeles, and I'm joined by the Danettes in Milford, Connecticut. Gentlemen, we are one day closer to Friday, and you are filling in more slots on the wheel of punishment. Seton, you came up with the disturbing idea for one losing Danette to body paint another losing Danette. What in the hell's the matter with you?
Well, I sort of put the cherry on what was the disturbing Sunday that Paul had sort of laid out. Paul, whether it's his idea or from Twitter, I'm not sure, but he said, why don't we do sort of that painted on swimsuit thing, and we left it there. All I really did was throw in the idea of why don't we actually have us paint each other, which that's really my contribution. I really didn't want any painting, but then I figured if we're going there, let's just go balls out.
Brock, speaking of that, when I said that audibly, I could hear groans from the back row and from Seton. It was not a popular pick.
And let's not do what Seton said, balls out. Let's cover up, just paint the tops. Unfortunately, none of the options involved the beautiful Sage Steele. Fritzy, how disappointed were you that she wasn't in studio?
Very. I understand she's got her NBA countdown hosting duties, so I wasn't expecting it. You know, we were excited to have her on the show, but obviously someone like Sage, a very lovely, talented woman, it would have been much better to have her in the Milford Man Cave, but she's running around San Antonio getting ready for Game 1 against the Heat NBA Finals.
Well, luckily for Fritzy, Dan did his best to play wingman over the phone.
Fritzy is quite the rapper.
Really?
Yeah. Fritzy, why don't you sample something for Sage Steele?
Nobody can rap quite like I can. I take a muscle-bound man and put his face in the sand. LL, I'm bad.
There you go.
And LL, but can he pull off his shirtless thing like LL? That's the question.
No. But
that's going to take a while.
Yeah, he might lose a bet this weekend with the Belmont Stakes where he has to take off his shirt.
That would be beautiful, please.
Yes, and ride bareback with Paulie where they have to hold on to each other.
Yeah, it's always fun. You know, the guys know I'm a ham. Any opportunity I have to sing, I'm going to sing. Once it started getting into the conversation, it went from a really good mood for me to a somber mood, going from singing LL Cool J to Sage Steele to the thought of having to take my shirt off and be, on the receiving end of a bad wheel of punishment. So all I kept telling Paulie throughout the show was, while we were coming up with more and more of these ideas, is like, please, California Chrome, come in first.
As we heard in the clip, Dan mentioned the possibility of you guys to Sage riding horseback. That's you and Paulie. Paulie, what goes through your mind every time you think of this?
I'm more worried for Fritzy. Again, riding a horse I don't think is his repertoire, especially half nude. I'm going to do my best. I've done a little horse riding in my past to keep him safe. So I'll be focused on the safety, and if I do that, I may not notice this sweaty behemoth either behind or in front of me.
I haven't really considered the horse part. It's going to be going really slow, right?
I don't know.
Don't you feel most
riding down like...
It's like the only thing I think that, well, I think all of us are concerned about. I don't really mind anything that they're asking us to do except for having my shirt off on TV. That's the only thing. I could do the ghost scene. I could do Lady and the Tramp if you want. I could do all of that stuff. Just let me have my shirt on.
I'm totally with you, Seton, except that I am terrified of horses. I didn't even consider this aspect. And the horse is going to know how uncomfortable we are with our shirts off, and they sense everything.
Yeah.
So it's not just to be shirtless on a horse, it's going to be getting thrown off a horse shirtless.
And I feel bad for the horse itself. I mean, it's living its whole life, and this is going to be the peak.
There's lotion? Where did lotion come in?
There is a lotion aspect.
And by the way, who suggested that we hold each other?
Not on my watch.
You guys keep making it worse. He just said under his breath lotion. This is going bad.
It's the horse thing. If Paulie and I were to lose, anything to do with horses and no shirts on, I really hope it doesn't land on that part of the Wheel of Punishment. I'd much rather do. I don't know how Paulie feels about it. I can't speak for him, but I'd rather land on the Lady of the Tramp little spaghetti.
I can't go with you there. Yeah. I'm not rolling on that one. Saddle me up. I'll be fine.
I believe we have a perfect segment for Lotion. Maxim released its Hot 100 list last week, and we wanted to get your input on the top 5. So why don't you get out your cards, judges, and let's break it down.
She's a 10. A
10. At number 5, she's an Oscar winner and has a hunger for being hot. Jennifer Lawrence. Gentlemen, your scores, please.
It's a 9.
Can I just say I find this segment shallow and I don't approve of this?
Sure. Paulie, only a 6. Pourquoi?
Overrated flavor of the month. I'm more of a Pam Anderson mid-90s type, so she's not the antithesis of that.
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence, she's like a Kansas 6. Let's go to number 4. She's on our wall of morale and gets it on with soccer star Ronaldo. The beautiful Irina Shayk. Scores, guys. 8, 10, 9, 7. Oh, McLovin goes low on it. Why is that, bud?
You know, all the beautiful women on the wall of morale that is behind us today, Shayk never did it for me. I think she's obviously a gorgeous woman, but she's not my most compelling swimsuit model.
I'm going to argue, Brock. She's hot and does not speak English. That's a home run.
Okay, this is clearly a soccer vote from Paul, okay? Who is she dating?
Right, and I might get to meet Ronaldo when she leaves.
That's really all. It has nothing to do with her looks. It's more about Ronaldo's looks.
He's 100% correct. Now, if she leaves me, maybe there's some type of argument and I get to meet Ronaldo at the end of the day.
That's winners all around. At number 3, Fritzy. I bet you're a fan of her fireworks, both of them. Let's see your scores for Katy Perry. Oh, a 10. Oh, it's a 6 for McLovin. Fritzy, why a 9?
I think she's beautiful, great eyes. A couple of years ago, we got a chance to see her perform Super Bowl week at the concert. Voluptuous. She's got the whole package, personality, and you really got to blow me away for me to give you a 10. So that's I'm gonna give her a 9 for sure. Strong 9 for Katy. Blow me away.
All right, moving on. Our runner-up at number 2. She's been talked about on the show numerous times. The boss, not a big fan, but maybe you guys are. Scarlett Johansson, scores, please.
Boy.
11 spot on. Yeah, see, I know she's a favorite of yours.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue with Scarlett Johansson there, especially if you've seen some of the movies that she's been in and perhaps some pictures that she's got on the internet. I don't know. I hear about them. But yeah, she's something else.
She's curvaceous and rich. I mean, I don't really know what the downside is.
Tom Waits' singing thing is super cool, but kind of lame too. I took a cut off that.
Fair enough.
McLovin, you went perfect 10.
Yeah, you know, for all the other women, I gave them low scores on purpose because they're going to look at me and be like, wow, that guy has me as a 6. He must be interesting. But I can't even do that. I'm such a big Scarlett Johansson fan that I had to go 10.
Playing hard to get with the numbers.
Yeah, and I know I don't have a shot with her. I'm totally not her type.
And sitting
or most women's type.
Madeleine Albright's still in the running. And sitting at number 1.
Nice.
She's one of Victoria's Secret's angels. Let's say hello to Candace Swanepoel. Boys, if you can manage to move your body parts, give us some scores. Wow, Seaton, is that 6,810?
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what it is. If you're number 1 on the Maximum Hot 100 list, you deserve something a little special, and there you go.
Well done, guys. Now go take a cold shower. Coming up, we'll see what man makes McLovin's heart flutter. Guess what? He's a ginger. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Box Score. Paulie, it's been well documented that McLovin's the Danette that's racked up the most man crushes. Would that be a safe assumption?
Boy, it's close. You know, Seaton's got a few musical ones. I'm, Landon Donovan, Jason Statham, etc. But McLovin's are more long-term and pronounced.
McLovin, can you tell us how your love for former NFL QB Kevin Kolb first started?
Oh, just I have eyes. I'm a football fan. I understand a guy who can run an efficient West Coast system. Hello. I did a little story on him and got out in the field and got to know him.
Hashtag dreamy. McLovin, we actually have video of one of your early play dates with Kev. It was out in the sun. Oh, just two guys in a football, frolicking. McLovin, take us back to this day when it was just a couple of guys playing catch.
Well, I was there for the story, and Kevin wanted to work out with some high school kids because he had to work out over the summer, and they didn't show, so he said, can you run some patterns? And that's the first time seeing this video that I realized that I run like that. I had no idea.
Do you think Kevin Kolb training with someone so unathletic and slow threw his timing off permanently?
Probably.
Is it sort of like a home run derby? All of a sudden, everybody's swing isn't the same?
Yeah.
Run some patterns.
That was bad. I actually, that ankle turn, that started that I turned my ankle, broke a finger, and Kevin was going at like 30%. And he's not even the hardest throwing quarterback, as you all know. So I'm not ready for the big leagues.
Well, a new season brings a new love, as the boss called you out on your latest crush.
You're in love, and I'm fine with that. I can't argue with love. You love Andy Dalton. You should get a cut of whatever Andy Dalton gets. Because I
would love that.
You are so loyal. You are. Like when you fall in love with a quarterback, you stay in love. Now you do Kevin Kolb. I mean, I'm going to call you the monogamous insider.
There was a point today where we were in the middle of this Dalton, Kevin Kolb kind of thing and going after McLovin pretty hard that I thought maybe we were going a little too far and that maybe, Andrew, you were getting a little upset. Is that, was there anything going on there? Did you have to talk yourself back?
Totally upset. I went in the box. I was like, this is like arguing football with a bunch of young kids playing soccer.
Wow.
Like, they're not looking at the big picture. They're just running after the ball. So you're taking every statement I make in the short term and not putting it in the complete context of my NFL viewpoint. I was getting very frustrated. Dan does this trick where he'll take a little comment. I'll be like, and then, so the completion percentage, so you're saying that Andy Dalton has a higher completion percentage and therefore he's the greatest quarterback.
He backs you into a corner.
Yeah, he's very hard to argue with, but he's very sharp, and he's sort of like half smiling the whole time. If you notice, Dan was sort of giggling throughout that entire time. So you're right, Steve, I was getting extremely
You're getting
upset.
a little peeved, yeah.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Love will do that.
Andy Dalton wins a Super Bowl, who'll have the last laugh.
Oh, the red rifle, raising it up. I know it's hard to pick between an old love and a new crush, so we asked the boss to play matchmaker in this edition of Boss's Thoughts.
I think a redhead makes a statement, so I would think if McLovin was really going to declare his love for somebody, I think Andy Dalton, the red rifle. Plus, he's actually playing where Kevin Kolb's not playing anymore. So I think the red rifle looked good on his arm. Little arm candy there for him. His right arm. Andy Dalton's right arm.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. I think he's of the man crushes. I think Andy Dalton will be the winner. I think if he had the opportunity, McLovin would have a nice romantic dinner with candles and wine with Andy. I think it would be very nice.
No. See, here's the thing, and you guys can all relate to this. You want to be early on somebody who is you feel is underrated, so you look like a genius afterwards. Paulie always picks guys like this. A lot of them do pan out. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't about romance. This is about me looking smart someday in the future.
Romance.
Now, if it falls apart, then hopefully everyone forgets. But it's about me trying to look smart. Nobody forgot about Kevin Kolb, which is actually annoying me. I wish you guys would just let me move on from that.
He just fell so, just head over heels, hardcore in love with him, that it's tough to let go of that.
Up next, the Danettes show off their hoop knowledge as the NBA Finals get underway. You don't want to miss this. Welcome back to the Box Score. Guys, the NBA Finals tip off tonight in San Antonio, so we wanted to get you set up with some basketball terminology. How about we play a little game of basketball charades? Your partner has a basketball term, and he's got to get you to say it in 30 seconds. Let's start in the front row. Here's Seaton's word for Polly. The clock starts now.
All right, when the sales guys are in town and we all go to lunch and we go downstairs, you order a
Lobster roll.
Right. Now, the sort of layup but not really term in basketball is a
Finger roll.
Absolutely correct. You guys, simpatico. To the back row, McLovin, here's your word for Fritzy. 30 seconds, go.
When you look over at Dan's side of the room, what's one of the features that stands out on the walls?
TV, signs, lights, picture frames.
Look straight at the wall.
Looking straight at
So
the
the
wall.
back wall, what's it made of?
It's made of metal.
I got it.
Oh my God.
Backboard. I'm looking at the box score sign. This says couple.
Oh, you ran out of time. The word was
I can get
brick. Brick, we were looking for brick.
Brick. I'm looking at specific pictures on
You
the
know
brick
what? That's
wall.
kind of unfair. You just let him drown there,
You
Andrew.
did.
You absolutely could have
Are
helped
those
him
clues
out.
that great? There's nothing better to make
Everyone in the room
You didn't do
know
too well
that.
yourself.
Yeah,
There's nothing better to make me say brick than what's on the
He
wall.
asked you to look at a wall, and you didn't look at the wall.
I'm looking at the pictures on the wall. I'm like, which one is? I didn't get that.
Was it bookshelf? Was it incense? Front row again. Polly, your hoop term for Seaton is below. Have at it.
Okay. 2 words, a fantastic late 70s basketball movie starring Gabe Kaplan and Bernard King. Now, if you can't get it by that, I just want to sound cool to reference that movie. Not slow, but
Fast.
And what's the other word?
Great.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, I thought it was the fish that say Pittsburgh. Let's end it in the back row. Fritzy, get McLovin to say the following word. You may begin.
Not front, but
Back,
there's a knock on the.
door,
Those together.
backdoor cut.
Bing.
Absolutely correct. Congrats
Sorry
to
about
the front row. You won 2-1. Nice job.
I was shooting a terrible shot that misses everything.
Brick. Stay right there. We'll find out how an impromptu game of Sports Jeopardy broke out in the man cave. Stay tuned.
You want to say hi to Uncle Dan real quick? Say hello.
Hey, Xander.
Hi, Uncle Dan.
Hi, what are you doing today?
I'm going to school.
Oh, that is nice. Is your daddy nice to you?
My dad's fatherly.
That was scripted.
There you go.
That,
What?
Rich,
You couldn't hear me?
you read that off prompter. Your kid read that off prompter.
My goodness.
You have a prompter reader in the
In the house. I do. It's Los Angeles. You're right, Dan. I'm a fraud.
As scripted.
Welcome back to the box
That's a good
score.
game
Taking
plan.
direction very well. Rich Eisen's son, Xander, I think has a bright future in broadcasting. Rich called in today and started talking a little smack about Trey Wingo. Paulie, what kind of wheels were set in motion after this happened?
Literally the moment he jabbed Trey Wingo, I turned towards Fritzy. Let's get Wingo. Fritzy calls the mothership. I start texting Trey. Mothership got a hold of him, told him to call in. And it's really great because not only was it a great segment, I mean, it was a really great segment. We were all talked about it, people were talking about it. Put them together and have fun back and forth. The fact is that, 2 years ago, it took us a year to get Berman on the show. Now it takes us 90 seconds to get Trey Wingo on the show. And that's kind of what the whole process is. We're not looking just to get Mothership people on or any people on. We're looking at the right people on who can make a segment a home run. And that was not planned out, and it couldn't have been better. Trey came off great, ESPN comes off great, and the whole segment came off great.
Well, Trey did call in, but it sounds like he needs to brush up on his Sports Jeopardy before he goes on that show.
Trey Wingo, of the 4 major pro sports halls of fame, this one is the furthest east.
What is the Baseball Hall of Fame?
Rich?
Oh, come on! What's right up the road from you? The Bowling Hall of Fame? Hall of Fame.
Springfield, Mass. Rich Eisen.
That is correct. Sadly, I've been in that facility 100 times.
You
couldn't find it if it was in Lake Compound.
Springfield, Massachusetts, bro. It's right up the road. How did he not know that? He clearly got rattled because, one, he whiffed on Lou Brock with the Ricky Henderson answer, which was definitely incorrect because he wasn't paying attention, Al. You got to pay attention.
I think they were feeling a lot of pressure to outdo each other. Eisen's got his kids in the back seat while he's driving to drop them off at school, and Trey and Rich were talking some smack beforehand. They both wanted to impress Dan, new Sports Jeopardy host. And as Seton said, you start losing concentration. You got to really pay attention to the question. And they both hopefully will have better days and will actually be on the show at some point.
Fritzy, in the form of a question, who's on tomorrow, please?
Who is NBC Football Night in America and MLB Network host Bob Costas?
Robert Nestor.
And who is trainer for California Chrome, Art Sherman? And who is maybe the goalie for the LA Kings, Jonathan Quick, will hopefully join us as well.
He's maybe the goalie?
Who is the goalie?
Thanks for watching The Box Score. Set your DVR or tune in weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, only on Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer. My motto is simple: C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching The Box Score. Holy cow!